Testing, 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 testing. Howdy, howdy. Happy Valentine's Day. Am I on? Cool deal. Let's see. What is up, Melanie? Can you hear okay, Melanie? See if my mic is connected. I've got a wireless one. And it seemed to work all right last night. I got the camera like way over there, so I had to get a mic so y'all can hear me. You're good. Awesome. Thank you. We can hear. Thank you, Cindy. Happy Valentine's, everyone. How are y'all doing? So tonight might be a little smaller crowd. This isn't about gardening. This is about how to make money using social media. And it's not going to be as long. I'm not going to keep everyone here. It's Valentine's Day, but I'm going to talk a little bit. And then we're going to be over on Whatnot. And basically, I have a little group we're putting together. Yes, we can hear Valerie. Okay, thank you. Awesome. You're on Facebook, right? Okay, cool. And this week, doing well. Jan Lee, how are you doing? Happy Valentine's, Jan. Cindy, Becky, Becca, everybody. Becky's from Texas. Awesome. I have a family out in Round Rock. Mill Creek, what is up? Happy Valentine's Day. With a little green heart and a mushroom. How are y'all doing? Are y'all warming up a little bit this week? All is well. Awesome, Jan. Cool deal. Yeah, well, we've got the Northwest Arkansas. Cool deal. Hey, is there some place in Arkansas? I'm trying to think. One of my older friends that went, like during Christmas, there was like this little town, and like the whole town like gets all done up for Christmas or something. Or is that somewhere right around there? I think they went like every year. Rhode Island. Awesome. Jolene, how are you? Guys, did anybody see the video that I just dropped like maybe an hour or 2 hours ago? Jen, how are you doing? That's pretty cool. It's already got, not aware of it. Okay. Yeah, this was I've known them from, since I was a kid. So that was like many, many years ago. Yes, yes. Cool deal. Yeah, we warmed up. It's like spring weather here. I know it might still get cold again or whatever, but we're after last week and us having ice and snow in Florida. It's kind of crazy. It's cold and rainy in Hawaii. How are you doing, Valerie? Good, thank you. It was beautiful this weekend. Awesome, Jan. What was the video? It's with the new adapters. Here, I'll probably harvest these probably like tomorrow. And so we'll be busy tomorrow, even though it's Sunday, because that that video's only been out like an hour and a half or something, and we've got a ton of sales already, so we'll have to start printing and packing and everything. So we'll be busy on a Sunday. But that's cool. Here's that was pea shoots. That's tatsoi. See all the little roots in there? Yes, I watched it. Awesome. Who's that, Becca? Thank you, Becca. I saw that video. That's what made me watch this live. Awesome, Valerie. Thank you very much. Shall we jump over to Whatnot? Yeah, let me get that stream started, and I'll get some giveaways going on that over there. I don't have it started just yet, but I can get on it. Have you ever tried? Have you ever fried and ground for dry powder? What is up, Jerry? Happy Valentine's. Not very much. We did a little. We've got a food dehydrator, and we would dry some, but we mainly were using a lot of stuff. Like this looks like a lot, but you guys know if you take it, if you just sprinkle on salad, that's going to be a lot. But if you take this and stir fry it, that goes down to like one serving. So basically all the stuff that we're doing, we like to eat stuff fresh. Yeah, dried, not fried. What's Whatnot? Valerie, it's a social platform. It's live social shopping. And most of the time it's we're having auctions like all of these. Like I just put these up in my Etsy shop. So the last 2 weeks we were selling these over on Whatnot. So all those people got the first dibs on these. And we have giveaways. So like over there every 10 minutes or whatever, I'll have a giveaway. And basically like this is what we've been doing the last couple months. There's 8 packs of microgreen seeds. And I put this in my shop over there. I do a giveaway. So we start it. If you start an account over there, then a little button pops up. You click it, it says you're in the giveaway. And since your information is already in there, if you win, you don't have to do anything. Like here on Facebook, you're on Facebook, right? If I do a giveaway, then I have to put my email up, and then y'all have to go to my email and try to get, I have to get your address and that, and then I have to go print up my own label. Over there on Whatnot, whoever wins, you don't have to do anything, and tomorrow morning all I do is just print up a label and slap it on it and drop it in the mail. So I can do a whole bunch more because it doesn't take me a lot of time. I was doing a bunch on Facebook and trying to get everybody's email, and then me having to go input all the addresses and everything, and it was taking like a long time, and half the people never even sent me their address. So over there on Whatnot, we do the giveaways, and then we do the auctions. It's pretty cool if you go check it out. I've won a whole lot of stuff. I've been going to other streams and all that too, and just about anything you can think of, there's some people selling stuff over there, and you can get stuff at a really good deal. We picked up a brand new turntable, $250 turntable for $4 and $20 in shipping. Thanks for explaining. I have to check it out. Yeah, and there's if you use the link I put in comments here, let me drop it again. You get a $15 credit for jumping over there. And I'm putting together groups showing people how to use social media to make money, and we're going to have a private group. I'm going to teach them about editing. I'm going to help them make content. I'm going to make some content that they can use, like copyright-free content. We're going to teach them how to post and different ways to earn revenue. And anyhow, this is pre-launch, so I'm building it out right now. So everybody that gets in right now during pre-launch when it's being built, we have the offer right now is a lifetime membership, and it's $27. It was supposed to go up to $47 this week, but some people asked me they didn't get paid for a week, and that I did it the first week. So we kept it on this week. By next week, it's going to go up to $47. Then the next week, it's going to go up $97. And then once we launch, it's going to be, the lifetime membership is going to be $1,200. And monthly, you can pay monthly is like $35. So for $35, you can get access, get into the group and all of that. And if you don't like it, you can quit. There's no obligation. So if you want to do monthly like that, but then if you want to pay, like right now, it's only 27 bucks and you get lifetime access. And that's because we're in the process of building it, and everyone's going to be helping. I'm going to be using their feedback and see what they need to actually build everything out. And if you jump over and get it on Whatnot, it's in the Etsy shop for, I think, 27 bucks. But if you jump over to Whatnot, it's in the shop for 27. You get a $15 credit for opening an account. So if you haven't been on Whatnot yet, you jump over there and then you put that in your basket. And when you go to check out, you get 15 bucks off of it. So that's why I put on the thing. I said how $12 can change your life. I really think we're going to change some people's lives, teaching them how to earn income in that. And it's only like 12 bucks if you use that link. Let me get my Whatnot stream going so that crowd can get in there too, and we can all talk. Whatnot is a really great community. Regular followers sharing lots of best practices. Help you get started fast. Oh, yeah, awesome. Thank you, Jerry. And we love Jerry being over there. Michael, question for you. Do you have a favorite microgreen? Anything like pak choi or tatsoi? This one's actually a tatsoi. And if you watch, I'll start this video in a minute when I turn on the other one, and you'll see a bunch of stuff growing out. I grow out the plants. Basically, look right here. If you let that grow out, and that's what I use my self-watering adapters for, this is actually the tatsoi. This is grown. We planted this on the show. I do demos, so when we're not talking about social media, I do demos. And we planted this on the show. All right. That's tatsoi, and this is the same container. It's just too big you can't see it. It's the same container where you let it grow out. So if you got soup, you can come over and grab one of these, pull these off, just chop that up and drop it on your soup. Let it wilt. It's awesome. All right, let me get my Whatnot stream going here. Got 2 cameras. I almost forgot my password. There we go. We're getting it started. I see Jerry's already over here. Julie. Resourceful. How are you doing? Hey guys. Julie. You asked about the files and that. What do you call it? Yeah, I'm not going to put it up on Thingiverse, but if you just DM me, I can DM you. What is up, Cat King? How are you doing? If you DM me, I'll go ahead and get you like one if you just want to use it for personal use. Jennifer, who's all these coming in here? Narab. Everybody coming in, happy Valentine's Day. I see y'all popping in. New referral. Famic, thank you very much. That's Michelle, right? Thank you, and you've got it. So almost everybody that's popping in here. Hummingbird, how are you doing? You have a full house already. That's pretty cool. Let me do a giveaway. Let me get a giveaway started since all of you are in here. Give me 1 second to pull this up on this computer. Guys, and Facebook and YouTube, people are hopping over there. Farmhouse, how are you? Thank you for sharing. And we're having the giveaways. I'm going to get one started. Throughout the night, we'll be doing some giveaways. I've got seeds. There's an 8-pack. You know what, guys? I might give you a bunch of the tatsoi. We got loads of tatsoi. And throughout the night, I'm going to give away a couple of $20 Amazon cards, too. I've got a couple. I shipped off like a couple, 2 people got it last night. Hey, guys, and there were 12 people. They were sitting in the stream, you know, didn't even purchase anything. And one last night, so they just hung out in the stream, and one, it was either adapters or seeds, the blessed chats that we had. Pretty cool. So I had 12 packages this morning that it was nothing but just free stuff that we had to ship off. we'll get going in a second here, guys. And if anybody has questions about using social media and that, Cat King, thank you very much for sharing the show. And Cat, when we get this going too, nobody else knows who I'm talking about, but if there's anybody in Crew 13, the Group 13 that you still talk to, you know, if it can help any of them, let me know and I'll get them in. Over here, everybody, if you want seeds, put 1 for seeds, or we'll do the adapter since this is a new one. These are going like hotcakes over on Etsy. I just dropped a video. We'll talk about that in a second. 2 for this, and we'll give you a little topsoils to go with it. So if you want adapter giveaway or seeds, 1 for seeds and 2 for the adapters. I just saw Vic today. Nori girl, how are you doing? Or Noir. I love that, Noir. Adapters, number 2. I got 1 seeds. Jennifer, how are you doing? Happy Valentine's, everyone. All right, we'll get started with, looks like a bunch of 2s. We'll get started with an adapter, all right? And when we get a bunch of people in here, we'll do a Amazon giveaway. All right, there you go. Get in the giveaway. All you people who are new, who are popping over to Whatnot, all you have to do is, I think it's this way. There's a little button that says enter the giveaway. You click on that, and if you're following me, you got to be following. If you follow me, then you're automatically in the giveaway. All right? And that's going to run in 5 minutes. It's going to pull it. Yes. Okay, I got it the right way. Raspberry, how are you doing? Happy Valentine's, everyone. Everybody have a good Valentine's. So if anybody's got any questions, go ahead and pop it in there. The group, we're going to be having our first meeting tomorrow, if y'all can make it. If not, don't worry about it. Happy Valentine's. It's going to be kind of an informal kind of meet and greet, and that'd be a good place where y'all can ask questions too. Ate way too many chocolates. That's the way to go, Jerry. Rayfell, how are you doing? And it's going to help some of y'all if you want. It's going to be a Zoom meeting. So if y'all want to join, if you're shy, camera shy, you don't have to have your camera on. Making dinner, Miss Art. Awesome. You don't have to have your camera on if you don't want. Sooner or later, I want everybody to start putting their cameras on to get comfortable if you're going to be making content of that. My husband smoked ribs for me and had them ready when I got home. Oh, that is awesome. I could just smell ribs right now. Husband made vanilla bean cheesecake. I'm hungry. Vanilla bean cheesecake. And if you want to talk, you know, if you've got questions, then you can just ask instead of, I'll have the chat if you want to type, but this way you can just get on and just ask questions and we'll be on there. It'll just be informal, and it's going to be a way for you guys to ask me questions, but also for you guys to meet each other and everything. Jerry, what time tomorrow? I think I scheduled it for 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. Eastern. Just got bread out of the oven. That sounds good. Gloria, how are you doing? Happy Valentine's Day. So everybody that wants to join, like I said, I think most of you guys are in there. It's $27 is the lifetime. Let me put that up for, I'll pin it so when people come in here. And the people on YouTube and Facebook, if you click the link and go over to Whatnot, you get a $15 credit. Okay, so lifetime access, just this week, it's going to go up after this. Lifetime access is $27. And if you jump over, Angel, lady, congratulations. Welcome to the group. Where will the Zoom invite be? Inside the Facebook group. So if you guys, I think only about half of you got to the Facebook group. Listen, some of you, the mail might be holding things up. And if you see one of these inside of your box, this is what your invite is inside of here. So this isn't just like bubble wrap. I didn't think about it. I should put a label or something. So if you see this in your box, this is what the invite is in. And there's going to be a QR code right there. You scan that code and it's going to take you to Facebook. Okay, you're not on Facebook, Jennifer? You emailed me, right? Let me put my email on Whatnot here. Over here on Facebook and YouTube. Facebook and YouTube. I'm on Whatnot and YouTube. Awesome. Growing with Cat King. Are the new adapters work for small seeds? If you want to use small seeds, just put a piece of paper towel in there. I've been using these cosmetic sponges. They work well. That's what all of these right here are growing with. Those little cosmetic wipes. But most people said a coffee filter or paper towel will work just fine. Watching from Oklahoma. Hey, let me put my email over here for you guys. If you don't do Facebook or you don't get your invite in time and you want to come to the meeting tomorrow, then email me. Let me get YouTube and Facebook real quick. All right, YouTube, Facebook, there's my email up there. Email me and I'll give you the link to the Zoom meeting. My selling days are over. What I sent Keely is what I used to make and sell. Oh, that's so nice. So I'll stick with the microgreens. Hope you have great luck. Yeah, that's cool. Thank you very much, Hummingbird. Okay, thanks. Yeah, and Jennifer, I just dropped it over on YouTube, Facebook. I'll put links in the chat. Let's see if they let you put an email. There you go. All right, y'all grab my email. Make sure you copy and paste that. See, it says growing. There's no G. It's a 1 at the end. So go ahead and email me, and I'll get you that link. And then there's some people who are going to pop in here just jumping in. What is up, Yarborough? How are you doing? Some people just bought this weekend and even this morning, so you're not going to get this in time. So just email me and I'll get you the link if you want to pop in. Like I said, it's going to be real informal and it's going to be us just getting to know each other. I'm going to find out what people need. We're going to see, we might have to break people off in groups because some of you guys are brand new and haven't posted content anywhere. And some of you have been posting for years and you more need strategy and tactics. Like Resourceful Living, right? Y'all have a YouTube channel. Y'all check out their channel. So we've got all that going on. Let's see. And if you guys have any questions about it, who won the giveaway over here on I was running my mouth. CC. All right, CC won the giveaway. Okay, there we go. Congratulations. Guys, here's some seeds. What kind of seeds y'all want tonight? You want the variety pack of 8? Those are the small packs. That's the portion that fits those bowls about that size. Or we've got the big bags of tatsoi. I usually do like 2 of those. So the tatsoi is the ones that come out like this. Look, it's one of my leaves that fell off the top there. Hey, that's tatsoi. Let's see, we post 3 videos a week on YouTube and Facebook. Awesome. And then this is when you let it grow out. Guys, this is the same container. We planted it right here on the show. So you guys have been coming in here and you've been watching me do this, right? And you guys have been buying these adapters and you've been growing stuff too, right? How many people are doing this on the internet? So this is what you got to be different. Is it only about selling? Jennifer, yeah, Tonight Show? Or are you talking about the group? Tonight's show is about selling, where we're not doing any auctions and all that. And the group's going to be about using social media to make money. So if you've been, the group's, it's not going to be about gardening, but it will be like, I'll be taking some of the stuff that I film and put those videos up so people can take that and use it. That way that's going to help people. They don't have to keep making a ton of content. And so suppose they had some of these and they grew it, or they grow microgreens a different way, whatever, right? They can take some of my content and say, look, Mike Van Duzy does it this way, I do it this way, what do y'all think about that? You know, it just gives you different ideas. We're going to give you guys like loads of ideas of stuff to do, and that's one thing, one problem. Like when I first started, and all the creators I've been talking to, that's a big problem, is that when you first start, you've got a ton of ideas and you're like, I'm going to be making content, and you get out there and you start doing it, and you do have fun and you put stuff out, and after a couple of months or even a couple of years, people start to run out of ideas and what to do, and they get burnt out and they quit. So pretty much 99% of people quit before they make any amount of money. You know, so we'll talk about different things like, you know, because you guys probably heard about AdSense and being monetized. And if you just depend on that, you got to be like really popular and get millions of views. But if you do different things, like guys, I just dropped, you guys know I've been on Whatnot, right? Selling these for the last 2 weeks just to you guys. I post a picture, even though I didn't have them to sell, on YouTube and Facebook. Murray's Pink Room, how are you doing? Hello and happy Valentine's. I post a picture on Facebook, right? It was something like, you know, I would just get this and I would just post a picture and say, you know, the new adapters are doing great, but I wouldn't even have them to sell. And people are asking, where is that? Where can I get that? You know, I want that in my life, you know, all that stuff. So they were all asking about it, and I didn't have it for sale, right? So you start to create a demand. And then since I love Whatnot, we're all over here, and they got first crack at it for the past 2 weeks. So, you know, they're kind of scarce just because I can only print so much, right? So Whatnot has it over there on YouTube and Facebook. They've been seeing pictures of it every couple of days and asking, where can I get that? Where can I get that? And I said, it's coming maybe this weekend, maybe next weekend. You know, depends on how many we sell. And then I just dropped a video like an hour and a half ago, and we've already got like a load of sales, over $1,000 in sales, just like within an hour. And all of that is because you have an audience, right? And that's what you listen to all these gurus and everything and say, you know, they go, you don't need a bunch of followers. You can, you know, nowadays, and that's true to some extent, but that's just if you go and, where's the video you drop? Jerry, it's on YouTube and Facebook. It'd be like the latest one. You can drop a video and it might go ahead and take off. If it does, that's cool. You know, then you're off to the races. But if you're dropping videos and you're getting like 10 views, 100 views, 1,000 views, and like a couple hundred, and it goes back and forth, you know, it takes a while. And then if you might have a fantastic idea, but if you don't have the right content to put out, you're never going to get a push. Julie, you almost won that one again. Lizzie, congratulations. That was seeds. What did y'all say for the seeds? You wanted the variety, the pack 8, or the tot soy? Either. Julie's so easy going. That's awesome. The variety, we'll do that tonight. Alrighty, guys. All right, YouTube and Facebook. I'm going to do this real quick. I've got one. I received my adapters and seeds today. Awesome, Cooper. Thank you. Thank you very much. And we want to see what you do. That was Cooper, everybody. Cooper's in here. Do you have the recipe for the water solution on a video? What we use here, all of this is just grown with this. General Hydroponics Maxi Grow. And here's the recipe. Here's the formula. There you go. Maria's already got it. That's it. That's how simple it is. So we're trying to take everything, and that's one thing when we talk about like making your content, there's a myriad of hydroponic nutrients, right? There's all kinds of stuff you can do with it. There's dry powders like this one. There's liquids. You can make a bunch of videos. There's messing with your pH and your EC levels. I don't use meters. So I picked my niche and I picked what I was going to do. I said I want to make stuff easy for people. And I said I'm never going to use a meter. So all of the people that are out there doing hydroponics, every single one of them who's making videos uses a meter. They test stuff and they adjust stuff. And when people come to my channel and ask about it, I say, I don't know, I don't have a meter. And I get people, now that I've been on for so many years, in the beginning it was like horrible. Like every day somebody was bothering me and saying, you can't do that. You have to do this. You have to do that. And I was just like, okay, whatever. And now I'm at the point where they go, if they say you can't do that, I'm like, well, I've got 9 years of videos, you know, showing what I can do, and I've never had a meter. Now the reason why I won't get one, I don't have anything against them. Everybody who follows me can go get one on Amazon. It's like 20 bucks. But imagine this. Now you guys have seen some pictures, right? Watch when we get to the point where we go outside and I'm showing you the stuff in the bigger containers. Sometimes I've got 40, 50, 60 containers going at one time. If I had to go and test each one, and then I had to go and adjust it, and then come back and test it again, maybe do it again, it would take me all day. And I don't want, that's the kind of stuff that people are, it's going to put them off. So they get to trying it. See that one? It's all kale. So those downspouts, sometimes look how many downspouts are there. So each one of them is separate. Each one of them you would have to test out, right? I'm not going to do that. They're asking about bubblers, aeration. I'm not running tubes all over the place. So I just picked, that's what I'm going to do. So even though all the other people out there are doing the metering and adjusting and saying you have to do it, I decided not to do it. So everybody can do it. I want you to learn the basics, learn that you don't need it. And if you want to, after you learn the basics, then you can step up from there. But me personally, I'm never going to get a meter, because if I do, and I say you don't need to use meters, they're going to say, well, we saw you using one day, and we know you do use it. So I'm never getting one. So I can honestly say that. I've never tested any of my pH. I've never tested EC levels in anything. All of the stuff you saw growing up there, I've never tested anything. So that's being different. And that's what you guys, if you got to be, you're going to be like putting content out and you want to get attention. Let's see, if you just mix in a gallon of water and water the plant as it needs. Yep, and hi everyone. Yeah, happy Valentine's Day. And everybody's popping in here. Happy Valentine's. You are the Yoda of Microgreens. Trusted force. Thank you, Jerry. But let's see. Resourceful living. Anika, blessed chat. Thank you, Anika. Got purple hearts in the chat for Anika. Recipe for a 5-gallon bucket, 5-gallon plants. It's just 1 teaspoon per gallon, so it'll be 5 teaspoons. There you go. Purple hearts. Guys, this is going to be for a set of adapters. Courtesy of Anika. Ready, go. Thank you for all the hearts. Thank you for giving her all those hearts. She likes purple hearts. But yeah, guys, so all right, we're going to talk a lot. We're always going to be referencing gardeners and that, because that's basically what I do, right? But this goes for knitting, bike riding, baking, whatever you're in, okay? If all you do, if you're gardening, like resourceful living, I've seen a couple of your videos. I didn't get a chance to like go over your whole channel, but whatever you're doing, are you doing what like other homesteaders are doing? Are you doing what other gardeners are doing? You know, or are you doing it different? If you watched other videos or you learned traditional ways of gardening, or you're even master gardeners or whatever, if you're learning the same thing that like 1,000 other people are out there making videos doing, then you've got to compete with them if you're saying the same exact thing. Now, there's other people, if you're just starting, Yarborough, thank you. Welcome to the club. It's got the lifetime access. If you are just starting out, there's channels out there, the big channels and that, but they started 8, 10, 12 years ago, right? So you might be scrappy starting out right now, but then that's how they used to be, and now they've worked up to where they've got like the different equipment, right? I just got like a wireless mic. I never wanted to do that. I never got anything. I started with a cheap camera. So they've got crews. They've got people that do their editing. Sometimes it might look like just one person in that, but there's people behind the camera. There's people that edit. There's people that post. There's people that handle engagement and everything. So you're competing with all of them. So if you're not different, if you say like how to plant a blueberry bush, all right, and if somebody looks for that, searches for it, if anybody pops up and it's like somebody with 1 million followers and it's your channel with 12 followers, who do you think they're going to click on and watch? I'm doing what works for us, growing what we eat. This year I'm starting everything in hydroponics, then up potting and so on into the garden. Awesome, sounds cool. And so if you're not different and you're saying the same thing, it's going to come down to your personality. And then unless you're like an anomaly or you're like just totally charismatic and where like some people get on camera, everybody loves them, right? And some people like us aren't. You know, so if you're doing the same thing that everybody else is and it's the same information, right, then you're going to lose out. It's going to take forever for you to build up an audience. And that audience, what you're working on, is just going to be people who they're looking for information and they find you and they're kind of drawn to you. So it's like a close circle of friends, right? I don't think so. Let's see, I'm scrolling through shows. Who y'all looking for? Mike, if growing tomatoes in the 5-gallon buckets, do you need more nutrients? Yeah, if you're doing it in the 5-gallon buckets, everybody just go to my YouTube channel. It's Keep On Growing, Mike Van Doozy. There's a playlist, and one of them's got the nutrients in it. It's Master Blend. This won't work. This is just Maxi Grow for leafy greens. If you want to do anything that's fruiting, you're going to have to get Maxi Bloom too. And I don't do that because we keep things nice and simple here. So if you do it on my channel, I've used the Master Blend. So over there, I've got a playlist with the garden towers. But that's one thing that we're all going to do, guys. You guys can do traditional gardening. You can do whatever you want. And like I said, but if you're doing the same thing, you're never going to get anywhere. But if you go over like my channel, like I've got the cracky buckets, a garden tower, right? And if you go ahead and put one of those together, it doesn't take that much, and you grow some stuff, you can make a video. That doesn't have to be like what your whole channel is about, but that can be what gets attention. And that's what the whole thing about social media right now is, just attention. Whoever gets the most eyeballs, right? So, let's see, did you hear that? Get Maxi Bloom if your tomatoes. No, it's going to be Master Blend. You'll have to look up how to use it too. If you get Maxi Bloom, you have to like at a certain stage switch over or add that to it. Here goes the giveaway, guys. This is from Anika. Blessed chat. It's Donna. Congratulations. Hey, let me throw this up here. Guys, this one, I got some gift cards from Amazon, okay? One of them came, and they're cards, they come in a little plastic wrapper. I don't know why, but one of them was not in the wrapper. The wrapper was broken, and then they had stuck it in a bag, sealed it up. The little label on the back where you peel it off to get the code is still on there. So this first one is going to be like that. We're going to give that away right now, okay? And let me see, somebody said, if it doesn't work, let me know, all right? How do you buy the microgreen grower for mason jars on Whatnot with the credit? I don't have them in there yet. We do them over here on Whatnot is just during the auction. So if you don't use your credit, if you don't buy anything in any shop, and you wait maybe by next week, I'll put it in the shop and you can buy it and use your credit on it then. Hey guys, so this one, like I said, this one looked like it was open and it should work, but if y'all want to take a chance on it, it's $20 that way, right? $20 Amazon card. And we'll get another one going a little later in the night. All right, cool. Yeah, so, all right, so if you're doing something like the buckets, you can do that. Or this. Listen, how many of you like garden, like real garden, like outside and all of that? And the people who are like doing channels, that takes a lot of work, right? What goes into like spring's coming? What's everybody got to do to get ready for spring if you got to do a garden? You know, I like have anxiety about if I had to think about, you know, tilling everything up, composting, planting, weeding, tilling, you know, all of that stuff, right? Chill the ground. And it's a lot of work. But when people make videos, they're like, hey, if you want to grow tomatoes, just do this, this, and this. If you want to grow blueberries, just do this, this, and this, right? Labor of love. It's a lot of work. And then how long does it take for all your stuff to grow? So if you want to do like a thing on tomatoes, you know, you can show yourself planting them, maybe an update along the way or whatever. But I mean, it's going to take months before you get any tomatoes, right? Plus the soil isn't always nutrient rich. Yeah, all kinds of stuff can go on. That's why I do no dig chaos gardening. It's a fun way. See, you can do videos on that. If you, is that Angel Lady? If you see James Weston on Facebook, James Country Boy, James Weston, he's from my neck of the woods, and that's what he does. He gets a thing of beans from the store, like rips the bag open and just throws it all around. His channel is really growing. And once your channels grow, guys, all kind of opportunities open up, like sponsorships and brand deals. I don't do any of that, but some of you guys might like that. Some people start a channel just hoping for that, you know, just waiting for that. So we'll talk about that in groups. All kinds of stuff that you can do to monetize. But to get attention, you're going to have to learn to either, if you're doing the same information, you got to do it in a different way. You got to be really charismatic where people are going to be drawn to you and want to listen to you instead of all the other people are saying the same thing as you. Or you have to be different and be able to do something different. So, like I said, spring's coming up, right? He's good. I follow him. Okay, awesome. Yeah, so if you just do, you know, you can do stuff like that and just put out videos. Kind of watch him and or go back and look through his content and see which ones do good and kind of just, you know, do your own spin on it. They're going to follow my method starting spring. Garden seeds now. I'm in on a few gardening collabs, and after posting my intro videos, I'll be reaching out saying they're going to follow my method. Oh, that's cool. So how are you doing, Resourceful? You and your family with social media? Like, how long have you been doing it, and are you getting everything out of it, or you need more? And also, this is what we're saying. It takes a long while, like tomatoes, you know, whatever you're growing, right? All of this, I've been doing microgreens. Go back and look at my channel. I've had microgreens like peppered here and there, but I was doing all the other stuff, right, that you see me growing out there. This, you guys just saw a complete different setup like last week, right? And I harvested stuff, and then this was stuff that we've been planning out and put it over here. I've got a couple more sitting around the room that need to get under the lights. So we'll harvest this, and I'll bring another one over here. Every week, you can have a new harvest. You can do something different. So if you got to do a video You can go get your stuff, plan it out, film it, grow it, and within a week you've got a video, right? You can do it over and over. So if you make microgreens part of your gardening thing, you'll have like tons of content that you can put out. Here goes this for the first Amazon giveaway. All right. We're in year 3 on YouTube. We're monetized, but only getting about every 5 months, a check every 5 months. So we want to get that check. Yeah, see, that's what from, here goes the giveaway. This $20 Amazon gift card. Miss JR, congratulations. Congratulations. See, when I first got monetized, I started in 2017. I think it was 2018. It was like within that first year or whatever. But ever since then, no problem. Thank you. And happy Valentine's. Ever since I got the first day, I saw I made 25 cents. I went and got my wife and told her, right? And she came in and she looked at it and was like, you know, big deal. I was like, you know, that just shows me I can do it. Now I got to learn how to scale it, right? And that's how we do everything, whether it's monetized, whether it's affiliate links, whatever it is, right? Ever since that first time when I got my first check, I've got paid every single month. There's no waiting, you know, for that. And I thought, all right, I'll get up $250 a month. That's going to pay our electric bill. So then I was working, putting videos out and engaging with people and doing all the things and thinking, wow, I'm just putting up some videos on YouTube and my electricity's paid, right? Then you work at it a little more and you know, it's up to like $200-300, right? And now you're thinking, wow, I'm putting out a couple videos on YouTube and now I've got free electricity and free internet. Then it's paying for the phone. So that's what you build and build and build. And it's a game. You got to get out there and know how to play. And some of them just say, just put out content. And it's not that, well, they say that's the definition of insanity, right? Is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Good night, Anika. And thank you very much. We really appreciate it. Happy Valentine's. You guys over on YouTube and Facebook, let me see what's going on over here. Oh my God, I got a ton of comments. Sorry about that. No dig gardening ensures you don't mess up the mycelium. Is this live? I'm not seeing comments. Yeah, it's live, Nelda. Gardening, yes. I'm doing no dig and keyhole gardens. Awesome. Yeah, we'd like to see that, Kat. Kat, you going to be in the Zoom meeting tomorrow? Sent email. Okay, cool. Cool, Ken. What's up? Hey, and you guys over there, if you want to get in on this, Facebook, I got to keep dropping a comment. YouTube is pinned to the top. You get over to Whatnot, and if you use that $15 credit, we got the lifetime membership. We're going to be in this group where we're helping people with social media. It's $27 right now for lifetime membership. You guys get a $15 credit if you haven't been on Whatnot before. You guys, what do you want for another giveaway? You can put out content, but if no one watches, then we have to figure out a different plan. Yeah, definitely. Adapters. The new adapters. Hey, we'll do another new adapter. Let's see let me check Etsy. Yeah, we're going to be printing adapters all day tomorrow. All right, they're just going wild over there. Somebody ordered 4, 2, 2, 1, 2. They ordered a bunch of different stuff with it. That's a $68 order. 80, 70. Yeah, they're going nuts over there. Seeing all of that, my mail packages won't arrive until Tuesday. Meeting tomorrow. Okay, Travel NC. Did you send out an email? No, I don't have everyone's email yet, Cheryl. And I did drop it in the Facebook group. Did you get in the Facebook group yet? How long does it take to make one adapter? Over an hour. Here, let me put my email here. All right, there's my email, guys. I think I'm in a group, but I can go look. All right, and if you're not, I dropped the link in the group. And if you can't get in the group yet, there's my email. Y'all email me and just say, can I have the Zoom link? Or I'll give you the Zoom link and the link to the private Facebook group. I can't get into my QR. It scans, takes me to Facebook, but that's it. Oh, it does? Oh, I don't have my phone. All right, Maria, do you see my email right there? Just email me there. These are printed up. Yours might have got messed up a little. It might have got crinkled. I let a bunch of people in there too. Mine did too. But I mean, we already let dozens of people in, so it's working for some people. So maybe it got crinkled up. Resourceful. You saw my email? Y'all just email me, okay? But yeah, that's gonna be the little meet and greet tomorrow. Y'all said adapters, right? Let me get you an adapter on here. All right, there's another giveaway. So our adapters, these are the ones that are going crazy on Etsy right now. We'll throw tot soy seeds in with them. I will. Okay, cool. And everybody don't panic. We're in pre-launch. And if pre-launch takes a little while long, I'm planning on March 1st to have everything done. But this is where we're just like, tomorrow's going to be a meet and greet. If you missed that, we can do another one. I'm going to do some during the week. I'm going to do a few in the morning so the people that can't be here at night. Cat King, welcome to the club. She just purchased. Cat King, you didn't have to do that. I think I had you in there. I've known Cat for like a long time. But what time tomorrow? 8 p.m. Eastern. I think that's what I have set up for. I will try to jump on social media maybe 30 minutes beforehand and just remind everybody. And that way, if you get notification for this, like Zoom, the Zoom meeting, you won't get a notification for. But if you guys are in the Facebook group already, I put the link in for that. But it's gonna be cool. And like I said, especially if you guys who are in the garden niche or whatever. So I can tell you what's been working, what hasn't worked. You know, for me, things that worked years ago don't work today. What platforms to work on. I sent you an email. Looking forward to meet and greet. Awesome. All right, I'll look forward to it. Thank you very much. All right, we got that giveaway going. Anywho, so, and who else was here? Who else has channels already? We're Resourceful Living. Y'all said you're monetized on YouTube. Do you do anything else as far as revenue streams, like affiliate links, sponsorships, online courses, anything, digital products? I do. Terry, what do you do? Are you the one with the sewing? So this will work. The stuff we're going to teach, anybody can do it. But I want to focus on like the gardening people and all that too. We do sponsorships and review products. So do you have Amazon affiliate links? I do not. I'm just here to shop and grow stuff. Awesome. Maybe I'll be a garden influencer one day. Yeah, no, that's cool. Marie, that's what we're just on here. Like I said, this isn't going to be, well, there's 64 people in here. I was going to say there's not going to be as many people here tonight because I didn't, if I put up like grow food or whatever, a bunch of people be in. Like there's only 18 people over on YouTube and Facebook. Adapters. I would like to buy some for my micros. Now you can, there, if you go look at my profile, or most of my videos, I've got my link for Etsy. You can jump on over to Etsy, and I've got those in there. Sewing, yes. I was already in. Well, then add me to the YouTube channel. Yes, I will be at the meeting Sunday. Also, Dr. Kimberly Flemke from Group 13 said she will be there tomorrow as well. Awesome. Yeah, I remember Kim. I talked with Kim one time. Very cool. Justin, how are you doing? Let's see, sewing, and I restored vintage sewing machines. Oh, awesome. That's what your picture is on YouTube, right? And I've been showing my hydroponics, so I'm really a plethora on your channel. Yeah, that's one thing. You got to kind of like dial it in, but show people a little bit of everything. But sooner or later, you never know when one thing's going to pop off. So we'll talk about that. We're gonna get you going. We're an affiliate for a Bootstrap Farmer. It messed up my algorithm, but it's okay because I'm not monetized yet. Yeah, we'll talk about that. That's awesome. Yeah, my grandfather was in Hawaii. He had a macadamia nut farm, but he also on the side restored vintage sewing machines. Was that Donna? Welcome in, Donna. Donna just purchased the lifetime membership. Here goes the drawing for the adapter. What do we got, guys? Oh, I saw Resourceful Living. Congratulations. Kim Kane, I see you in there. Welcome in. Happy Valentine's Day. Let's see, would love to get a vintage sewing machine. Yeah, that'd be cool, right? I actually had one and I gave it away to one of our relatives years ago. But yeah, he used to restore those. Hi guys, here's another adapter. Might as well run some adapters tonight. I'm going to be printing up a bunch of them tomorrow. Yep. All right. Let's see. What is Etsy? Etsy is a e-commerce site. So it's where you can sell stuff. It's like Shopify. And it's mainly for handmade products, which is, we make them. Is it best to watch on YouTube? It depends. I'm on YouTube and Facebook right now. If you're on YouTube, you've probably seen the same thing Facebook does. The best place to be is on Whatnot because they're having giveaways. The giveaways you can't do on YouTube and Facebook over here. Over on Whatnot, I run it and everybody just clicks a little button and they're in the giveaway. 5 minutes, it draws it. I get an address label in the morning and just slap it on there. I'm a new seller and friend here. Awesome, Epic Finds. Can you tell me what an adapter is? Yeah, growing microgreens traditional way, you have to like baby them and water them 2-3 times a day. They usually plant them in trays. And I was always like losing a bunch of seeds because I'd forget to water it, or I'd get stuck on the road and wouldn't make it home, and then all my microgreens would die, which is like a bunch of seeds. So I made a self-watering adapter so you can take mason jars, Coke bottles, beer bottles, juice bottles, Gatorade, and you can turn them into self-watering microgreen growers. So now this keeps the water level down here where you grow medium. You plant it out. After the seeds germinate, you uncover it, and then you just let it go. So that's what we've got, all these different adapters to use for the different bottles. And then the new ones up here. See, and then we plant it out in the garden. See all that stuff up there? And then this is the new one like this. Love the new prototype. Thank you, Kim Kane. This, we're not using any grow medium in here for the peas and no nutrients. And I show people how they watch me. I planted this a couple weeks ago. And these, here's what it looks like when you just plant them out. This one's maybe about 4 or 5 days. In a couple of days, they'll be about that big. So when we come back on here, we keep planning out. So you guys are seeing it growing in real time. Right? That's the new adapters. Look. This one we just planted a few days ago. The roots coming down. Right? They're not even out the top. I still got it covered. So you can see they're still yellow. I don't know if you can see with the light. There you go. YouTube, Facebook. So they're not green yet because they haven't been uncovered. So probably tomorrow I'll end up uncovering these. We'll harvest some of this and then we'll take these and put them up there so you keep the cycle going over and over again. And I'm not coming in here every day and watering it. Now I'm sewing little covers for my mason jars to black out the light. Awesome. Talk about melting. Yeah, see, and that's a video. That's what you got. How many people are doing that? So this is what, guys, if you're like lots of you already bought this and you're already growing stuff like this, right? You can make videos. Just watch the videos that I make and I'm going to teach you guys how to edit. Like, I don't want you guys to stress out. If you go look at YouTube videos and Facebook videos, if you go look at it, they're going to have these tutorials. And the one thing is, like, all creators are trying to get people to watch longer. They're trying to give you all this information. They keep trying to put out videos, right? And everybody ends up with information overload. And they just end up getting confused and most of them quit. I'm fascinated. My dad used to grow old school way, and this very awesome. Yeah, I used to, and it just wasn't working for me. I was on the road with my wife. She was painting murals, and sometimes we'd have to spend the night, and I'd come back, and my stuff would be dead. So I needed a way where I could leave it for several days, and that's what we came up with. But, yeah, Tari, let's see, it's also better. Let's see, trying to order the new adapters and another kit from Etsy, but the shipping is almost as much as the order. The downside, yeah, in Hawaii, sorry about that. And there's nothing I can do about the shipping, you know, unless I eat the cost. But, you know, then I just have to add it back in on my side. Metcalf, congratulations. Sam, I saw you on there. Are you in here? There you are. What's up, Sam? Guys, look, this is what Sam made me. Most of y'all saw this, but the people who haven't seen it, that's very thoughtful, right? A double dream catcher. And look in the middle. It's my little logo. And over here's little earrings. Keely can take those off and wear them. It's a little plant, like a little hydroponic plant. Isn't that cool? Very nice. Yep. 4 Cheese. How are you doing? Happy Valentine's. Every time I see you now, I'm going to think about Chihuahuas because we had 2 Chihuahuas. Now, I thought cheese. I was thinking of cheese, but now that's because you're Chihuahuas, right? There's some adapter kits for sale in a shop under Buy It Now. Yeah, if you want to do it over here. But she was talking about it being in Hawaii and the shipping. Hey, yeah, check out over here on Whatnot. I think Hawaii and Alaska, the shipping's a little higher, but when you max out like $9.21, which it goes over 2 pounds, sometimes it max out shipping. You might only have to pay $9 for shipping on Whatnot. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, the little puppies. What is the light setup for indoors? Mine, this is it. Look, guys, I'll turn it on. Oh, one of them. There's 2. Hey, but I don't have it on when we're live streaming. It'd be too bright back there, right? That's a beautiful gift. Yeah, isn't it? That was awesome. These are the Mac Daddy grow lights. If you guys want to really do stuff good, Happy Leaf LED grow lights. But that one up there is probably like $150. To get started, Amazon has some called Barina. I've used those. I got like a 6-pack of them where I could put 2 lights on each rack. 1, 2, 3. And have like a full rack of lights for like $60. Those work good to get started. And if you really want to go on the cheap to get started, this is what I started with right here. LED shop lights to go in your shop. I put it on one of those, took the canopy off of here, one of those clamp lights, and just started with that. Mike, when do you run your grow lights? I've been running mine. I do 16 hours. I turn mine off at night. Really, I have them running like all day long. And then when I go to sleep, I cut them off, and I get up. Usually 6 hours later, I turn them back on. But that's just me. I had them on a timer at one time, but these aren't. So when we're done with the stream and everything, and I go in for the night, I just unplug them, and I come back and plug them up in the morning. I sent a message through Etsy about the membership. I'm excited to hear back. Okay, feel great with Christy. I'll check it out. And I think I can drop links in Etsy. I'm not sure, but if not, I'll give you my email over there too, and we'll DM. I'll get you the Facebook group and the Zoom meeting. Here's the giveaway, guys. What do y'all want for a giveaway? I'm not going to keep y'all here all night. Sam, I do 12 hours on a timer in my bedroom. I wake up to them coming on. Awesome. I get it figured out. Electric was cheaper at night. Yeah, whatever you got to do like that. Like I said, this is all I got. That one and this one. So all the stuff you see me growing, that's all I got going. If you got more than that, you might have to check all that out. Guys, y'all want a $20 Amazon card? We're going to give away more than we make during the stream. We'll be on a negative, all right? Cooper said yes. Cass said yes. KK. There you go. That's $20 Amazon card. Is your outside space covered? Kim, yes. Part of it is. It's covered with shade cloth. I put plastic over it now. So, yeah, some of the rain gets in from the side. The sides aren't covered. I got a little bit over the top. It's called a shade house. Digit Solutions. Happy Valentine's. Thank you very much. Awesome. All right, so that's going. YouTube and Facebook, if you're over on Whatnot, we've got a $20 Amazon card as a giveaway right now. Yes. Where do we purchase the adapters? Kelly, if you go to my profile, you're on Facebook, right? Go to my profile, and there's a Etsy link here. I can drop it here real quick. Give me 1 second. Hello. Yep. Christine just messaged me over there. Copy. All right. Here we go. That's the Etsy link. So we've got the lifetime membership over there on Etsy too, and that's where all the adapters are. Buy one, get one free right now. I want to know more about the Make Money. I want to start a store, but I'm clueless. Is it on your YouTube? No, the Make Money, the lifetime membership that we've got going on, it's going to be a private group. In the future, once we get it all built out, it's going to be $35 a month or $1,200 for a lifetime membership. You can get the lifetime membership right now for $27. Next week, it's going to go up to $47, and the week after that, it's going to go up to $97. But that's a lifetime membership. Once you're in, you're in. Even if you don't start for a year and you're going to be in there, you can come back and get started. But we want people, this is going to be us helping you create content, helping you post content. This is going to be accountability too. Guys, this is not going to be where we're just in there and you're doing a good job, right? It's not, I'm not going to be there just to make you feel good. You know, that's what your friends are for. And that's what your mama's for, okay? It's if you want results, that's what we're going to be in there for. So you get in there, I'm going to help you guys out. And if you're not getting results and you're not putting in the work, I'm just going to call it out. And that's the only way we're going to help each other. All the other like gurus and that, they want to charge you a lot more money. You get in, they want you to have a little small win. They'll give you like an easy thing to do. You know, go make some comments in Facebook groups and stuff like that. They'll tell you some easy things. You might get a sale or two. Then they're all like, great job, great job. And then when your stuff doesn't scale, they say, you know, well, it does work, because they'll have a couple of people that it did work for, a dozen people, even 100 people. If they sold their stuff to hundreds of thousands of people and they've got 12 people that did good and they always show you those 12 people, you know, what they should show you is a record of what percentage of people that bought their stuff actually succeeded, right? That would be a true indicator. Instead, there's always going to be outliers. With anything, you can go out and pick 1,000 people and somebody's going to figure it out and do it right, right? So they take those people, put them on a pedestal. Everybody else gets in there and tries to do the same thing and they can't. And then they go, well, it does work. You know, they did it. You're just not as good, or you didn't put in the work, or you didn't do the right things. Great, got to get going. All right, we'll catch you later, Jennifer. And we'll see. Hopefully, we'll see you tomorrow night. If not, we're not going anywhere. So I'm late. You're not late, Nana. Had a meeting. That's all right. Happy Valentine's. Awesome. I'm thrilled. I just purchased. Awesome, Kelly. Be good to have you there. And Kelly, the people who get it over on YouTube and Facebook, if you go to the Etsy shop and you get it, it's an instant download. So at your purchase, there should be a little download button, and a lot of people kind of miss that. But you can always go back into Etsy and you can click on your purchases, and you'll see the one you got from me, and there'll be a download button next to it. And if not, just let me know and I'll get you on email that and email you the link. But we're having a little meet and greet tomorrow night, and we'll be answering questions. I'll kind of go over a little bit about what we're going to be doing. Happy Valentine's. Here goes the winner, guys. We need a drum roll. S. Wolf. Congratulations. Was that the Amazon gift card, guys? S. Wolf, you got $20 spent on Amazon. Awesome, awesome. Congratulations. Yes, yes. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. No, thank you. We appreciate you all being here. All right, what time is it? 9 o'clock? Cat King said congrats. Resourceful, congrats. Cooper got lifetime membership. She's in. Welcome to the club. And Resourceful, if you get, you probably have enough people, I don't know if you applied yet or not, Amazon, like affiliate links. And they have an influencer program too. You probably have enough people on your profile to get in. So I don't know if you're in or not. But look, Amazon affiliate links are one thing. You could, if you do nothing else, if you don't make anything as far as like monetization, you can just, look, I picked these up on Amazon. It was a case. All of these mason jars are like a case, right? You can do videos like this, put the stuff together. Yes, we have it. I just don't have the store set up yet. Yeah, get it set up, because you know what sticky cookies are, right? All right, Amazon has something called sticky cookies. So you do this, you don't have to really sell this. It's like passive selling. So this is what sticky cookies are. I bought these on there, right? So you go ahead and you make it. You go, all right, here's mason jars. Don't pay attention to the adapter right now. You know, maybe you can say, okay, I got these on Etsy from Mike or whatever. But if they go, hey, you know, if you want these kind of mason jars, they're kind of expensive, but I got some, you know, it was 24 or a case of 12 or whatever. You know, I have the link in the description. So you have that down there. This is what a sticky cookie is. So if they go down just to check it out, you don't even have to tell them the price. You just go, hey, if you need something like this, I got the link down there. So they'll go look. They click on it. They go to Amazon, right? Now they get a cookie on their computer. That's for 48 hours. If they buy anything in 48 hours, it doesn't have to be what they clicked on there, right? You get credit for that. Now, what's Amazon really, really good at doing right now is selling, right? When you go on Amazon and say you looked up mason jar, right? You look up mason jar. What pops up? Some other mason jars, right? Lifetime access for health and healing. Welcome in. There's other mason jars. They might even have like the Amazon one or whatever at a cheaper price. They'll show you like cheaper prices and that, right? So you're like, oh, I'll go check that. I'll click that. So if you buy that other one, or whoever clicked in, you still get credit for that, right? Now what are they going to do? They'll go, well, people that bought this also bought this. You guys have seen that, right? Amazon. And there's all they start feeding you all this stuff because their algorithms figured out the people who did all of this. Now they like garden seeds. Lots of people who are doing this are buying radish seeds. Now they're putting that up there too, right? So they're selling for you. They put all that stuff, anything people buy in 48 hours, all of that stuff, you get credit for. I've got credit for, somebody bought a zip line for the backyard. The kids go on for a couple $100. Somebody bought a compressor for like $400. And I was just telling them to go, I had my stuff on Amazon Handmade. So I applied for the Handmade and I got my stuff on there. And I'm not selling it anymore. Like I said, it's all I can do with keeping up with this. But if I put this on there and just put my affiliate link to this, if people just went on there just to check, it didn't matter if they bought this or not. If they bought anything in the next 2 days, I got credit for it. So I sit here, I could drive traffic to Amazon, get affiliate links. I don't have to actually build or buy anything. So all the stuff that you use, think about how many things you bought from Amazon like in the last year. Now, if you're in the influencer program, you make quick little videos. You guys made videos already on YouTube, right? You know how difficult it is filming, making videos and doing all of that. Amazon, they've got some strict things you have to look at. Like you can't show like brand, like if I'm not selling ball, right? I can't show like another brand name, right? I can't use music. You know, they don't want like music and everything in it. So there's different things you got to do on Amazon. But you make simple videos. They don't want all this commentary. You can take, if you're doing like reviews on YouTube, you can kind of upload those. But I was just getting on there and going, hey, you know, what did I use? Bioplastic, the bags. When we put them on here, I got a little bioplastic. All right, so we planted this, right? So say I was doing this show, everybody was watching me do this. We took a little microgreen out like this and we planted it on the show. And what I did was, see that sandwich bag? That's a biodegradable bag. A pack of sandwich bags are like $9, right? But I was putting it together. People are asking, the reason why I use that, some people are asking for organic, non-plastic materials. So this is bioplastic. You can throw this in your garden and it'll decompose. So I can make a video about that. I'll be putting this on and people are wondering why you're using that. And you say this is, you know, can go right in your garden. It's 100% compostable. I can talk about that. So if you want to see that, links down in the description. That's all the selling you have to do, because it doesn't matter if they bought that or not. When they click that link, Amazon's going to try and sell them stuff for the next 2 days. So that's what sticky cookies are. Now, if you're making videos, I wouldn't come on here and talk all about it. All I would say is, hey, here's these bags. You know, they're biodegradable. You get so many. You don't say the price. They don't want to say the price because the price fluctuates, right? So you don't have to say the price or anything. You just say, here's these bags. This is what I used it for. You know, most people use it for putting their sandwiches in. This is how I used it. You know, and that's a nice, simple 30-second to 2-minute video, whatever. You put those up, and then you guys have seen it when you go look up. If you were looking up biodegradable bags, you go look at reviews, and then you see they've also got videos, right? If they click on the video, if they click on your video, and this isn't even a link, that's just people that are shopping on Amazon. If they click on that link, if they click on the video, and if there's like 6 videos, if they click on and watch yours, if you're the last one that they watched and they decide, okay, I'm going to go buy it, you get credit for that. So what you do is you just tag it with the ASIN number. So once you get in the influence program, you make a ton of videos. I know some creators that's all they do is just buy a bunch of Amazon stuff and just make a bunch of those videos and upload it. I was making a couple $100 a month with just, I wasn't even doing it a lot. It's whenever I got these in and I'd open up a box like biodegradable cups, I just film them real quick and say, hey, it's biodegradable cups. There's like 48 in here. They're pretty sturdy. Pop it up on Amazon. So there's all kinds of stuff that y'all can do. It's just that we get mucked down with all of the creating content, right? And just pumping stuff out and trying to get the monetization going. Monetization, that depends on like, you got to make content too that advertisers want to pay for. Otherwise you're getting generic. That's why you're not making very much, is that like if your channel's just got like generic kind of content, then you're getting generic kind of ads. You want to make stuff so that people that are selling like farm equipment and gardening equipment and canning equipment and stuff like that, that they see your video and they see your channel, you're getting engagement, and they start bidding on putting ads on your channel. That's when it blow up. I had one person made these downspouts and was trying to sell the downspouts like I did. And he was running like $7,000 worth of ads like 1 month. So that's where you make the money. That's where like some of the other ones do. But most RPMs in that are like just a couple bucks per 1,000 views. And in the home and garden space like ours, mine runs about 5 or 6. So for every 1,000 views you see on my channel, I'm making about $5 or $6. That's why you need to make hundreds of thousands of views a month, or 1 million. I think it was up to 1 million one time. Let's see, I've never heard of Whatnot and just signed up and grabbed your membership. Thanks for sharing on YouTube. Awesome. Thank you, Health and Healing. Thank you very much. And welcome to Whatnot. This is one of the best platforms. I've been through all of the different social medias. I've been from MySpace, right? And I was on Musical.ly before they merged with TikTok. So I was on all these, and Whatnot has been like one of the most welcoming platforms I've seen, where to open up and people are over here, they're friendly, they help each other, and it's just awesome. And then when we're not together, I'm off like looking at other streams and buying stuff too. So my credit card statement looks like Whatnot, 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 Whatnot. So sooner or later, like you guys, you know, we're over here when we do the quick fire, right? When we're running these, you see people, you know, buy several of them, but each one ends up as a charge. Naples Bomb, congratulations, welcome in. Another person in the group. And all of you, we're going to have a meet and greet tomorrow, a Zoom meeting. You won't get your card in time, so I'll DM you a link to it, or we'll get your email. I'll try to get to everybody tomorrow morning. MySpace, yeah. So yeah, all of these things, you know, lots of that, all that stuff out there can be like toxic, and especially like Facebook, and you post something like people just get on there acting like idiots. But I've been over here, more giveaways, Mike. I want to win one. You want another giveaway? Want another one of these? Kat said do another giveaway. Here you go. And it's tot soy. That way you can grow something like that. What did we just show you? That's our tot soy. Howdy, Crazy Tricky. I love MySpace. Decking out your page was awesome. Believe it or not, my wife, before I even knew about YouTube, being monetized and everything, my wife on MySpace actually made some money. It wasn't like cash, but they were giving out gift cards for so much engagement that you got. And she was on there and getting engagement, and they were sending her like gift cards. I was like, what's going on? Never seen anything. So my wife was actually started like monetizing social media before I even did. And then I started out, let's see, is that more than a teaspoon of seeds? Yeah, the one that's going to be with this, that's about a tablespoon. There's about 3 portions. The one that I give away, like in the sample bag that we have, that one's about a teaspoon. That's what That's what we use for this. The plant that you showed. Which plant? This one? This right here? We planted it. I just pull one of these, what we use, and dump it on there. It's just that it grew a little bit more because of the self-watering adapter. How many seeds? That right there. It's all pre-portioned for you. Take the guesswork out of it. I planted the mustard wasabi and can't wait till it grows and can taste it. Yeah, that's awesome. It's a little spicy. My husband and I built our own farmhouse. Took 3.5 years. We never thought to video. Yeah, isn't that crazy? But that's what we got the opportunities right now. My wife painted murals. We've been in $1 million houses. We painted for a guy that owned his own island. People were like nice, generous. They were letting us spend time in their condos. You know, some people are like snowbirds. They live up north, come down here and live for a couple of months, and they go back up. And when they weren't down here, they're like, come paint our place and you can just stay in there. And we would like stay in places for a week, a month, or whatever, painting, and it would be right on the beach. We'd wake up, you know, in the beachfront, you know, view. All we ever took, we didn't even have video back then. All we did was take pictures that we would use for our portfolio just to show people. And we got going so good that all our customers came from word of mouth. We didn't do any advertising. We didn't have to run ads. We didn't have to do anything. And sooner or later, we had some pictures. People didn't even want to see when we were coming over. They're just like telling us what they want. So we didn't take a bunch of pictures. And when video first came out, you know, it was all grainy. I didn't know how to film or anything. But we think back to all the stuff. Like, we see videos of people doing it now and getting like millions of views. And we're like, man, we could have did, you know, all of that. So I actually cleared one wall here. We're going to do some finishes on there. I'm going to show y'all how to do it. And that's one thing that's like, keep on growing. I put home and garden, right? So we can put painting in there. See, we have pics and video clips I did put together and posted a time lapse on YouTube. Oh, cool. I'm going to have to take a look at that. But yeah, guys, there's all kinds of things. So that's the kind of stuff we would show, because each one of those was like unique. It was different. So even though other people are like doing murals, the one that my wife was doing was a unique one, each one. And we could have like filmed the process. So that's where you're doing like the same thing, but you're doing something different, doing it unique, right? Crafts are kind of like that. People are doing like art. Each one's unique. If you're planting a blueberry bush, there's only so many ways to plant a blueberry bush, right? That's what's tough about the gardening niche. So we're all doing the same thing, and there's already people that have come before us, and they've all done the same thing, and they're the ones who suck up all the traffic. And people who come on, that's just the sad truth. They might check out some smaller channels, but if they're looking for advice on how to do something, right? Who are they more likely to click on a video? The guy that's got 1 million views and millions of people like listening to his advice, or like the new guy that's got like 100 views? Who are they going to trust more? And that's why that keeps growing and growing. That's what you're competing with. On top of that, you're competing with all the cat videos and the Kardashians and everything that's out there. So it's a tough world. Now, Rob, congratulations. Here you go. Back to back. This cat says she needs to win one. We'll do another one. I don't know how many of these I put in the store, but here. All right, get in the giveaway. YouTube and Facebook, you need to be over on Whatnot. And that's the other thing. So you guys also need to think, are you trying to build a brand? Are you trying to build a business? Or are you just trying to get revenue? Because making money is easy, right? You can just get on and like this right here. And if anybody started this, I have an affiliate link. You guys can do the same thing. You give them an affiliate link to become a seller. If they set up an account and they have a show like in the first week or something, you get $100 just for them setting up. The new people, if they make an account, a seller account, if they have a show within a week and they make like over 250 or something, I think Whatnot matches the first 150. You get like a free $150 for setting up an account and doing that. So there's a lot of ways out there. I need to grow something to feed the squirrels. Yeah, we got squirrels here. They're nice and friendly. Come up and eat out of your hand, and then when you're not there, they're eating all your stuff. Yeah, but there's tons of ways to make money. So if you're just after that, but what I'm interested in and what I think like resourceful living, you're probably building a brand, right? Your name, and it'd be cool to have, like you said, you can get sponsorships and all of that. If you're into that, that's why I want people to think long haul. That's why I have lifetime membership. People coming in, you guys are like the OGs. You're going to be the ones in the beginning to help kind of shape it. The other people come in, offer them a lifetime membership, but it's going to be $1,200. And that's why I want them to think, with $35 a month, that's going to be, 3, 4, that's going to be 300, 400 a year, that would be like 3 or 4 years. I want them to think it out in their head, that we're talking about a long time, that we're not here where you're going to go over and I'm going to go, hey, just posting some Facebook groups and that, and people are going to be throwing money at you, right? So this is going to be, I want you all to be in it for the long haul. Vaughn, how are you doing? Have you ever grown beet microgreens? Yeah, all the time. We love them. They take a lot longer to germinate, and actually beet microgreens, we take those, grow them out, and I don't actually eat the beet. It comes out a little funny in hydroponics, but you grow a bunch of beet greens, and you can use it as cut and come again. You can actually grow it and harvest off of it for the whole year. My husband is retired Social Security, so we are always looking for things to suffice income. Cool deal. I'm a federal employee. Awesome. Yeah, so I think we can help you out. And guys, yeah, long haul for me. Awesome 4 cheese. Our little Chewies going to be in the videos. Beet green's excellent for your heart. But yeah, there's all kinds of stuff you can do. And guys, I can give you a million ideas, but if you don't implement them, it's not going to work. Okay? I found neat pictures for our first meeting. Awesome, Vaughn. That'd be cool. I can't wait. Does Whatnot charge a fee to set up a page? No, it was completely free. All you have to do is just on your page, it'll have where your account is. You can set up as a seller. Definitely love those greens. Oh, do they? Cool deal. Let's see, 1 minute in the giveaway, guys. We'll have another one right after that. Love learning from you, Mike. Thanks, Kat. Yeah, and I want you guys, I want all of y'all to succeed. Like I said, it's not, look, if you've got a bunch of money or you got a great job and you're just doing this for a hobby, that's fine. Have fun. Think about a couple years, think 10 years ago, how hard it would be to, like all of us, where we're just connecting with people. And now I'm over on like YouTube and Facebook. I can be on Instagram or TikTok and say, hey, go get on Whatnot, right? And then you guys come together over here and somebody from friggin' TikTok came on here and somebody from YouTube and they connected in that, right? It was like near impossible 20 years ago. So we're living through the greatest time in history, like to reach out and connect with people, and then people should take advantage of it. And if you're just doing it for fun, what a friggin' playground, right, to play with. Now, if you do like what I do, here's the winner. Shiger, I saw you there. Karen, congratulations. Now, if you do like I do, I use these as a tool. I'm not a TikToker. I'm not a YouTuber. These are my tools. And that's kind of what I'm going to be teaching you all. So if you're thinking you just want to be an influencer and and sing and dance, and that's that's not gonna be our cup of tea. I tried my first videos today, but the echo was horrible. I need a better microphone. Yeah, and these are all just things, Kat, to work through, and that's why I say to pump out content, especially like shorts and that, is that you get used to doing these things, because after you do that, because What if that was like you planned a week on that video and you filmed and you're doing a lot of stuff. And some people do this. I've actually filmed. I finally broke down to get a camera. My first camera didn't have the little flippy screen, so I couldn't tell if I was in frame or not. And I'd sit and talk to the camera for like 60 minutes, and then go plug it in the computer, and my head was cut off or something, right? If you keep putting out contents and keep working on it, then you get practice. And then that way, when you go to set up, you're like, you know what to check. When I first started doing this, I would come over, physically set everything up, film, take my card. I'd do a test shot, not the actual shot, take a little test shot, go into the computer, plug it in, and see if everything was all right. I would actually be filming in that before, come back, make adjustments to if the lighting or my audio or whatever, and do it again. So there, it just depends on how much work you want to put in. Karen, you want a giveaway? Did Karen just pop back in? She's like, what's going on? Here, there's another one, guys. More adapters. Let's see what's going on in Etsy. I just bought it on Whatnot. Awesome. Whoa. Yeah, order's still coming in. And guys, this is why you want to build up. All right. And this is like right now, if you had something to sell, if I gave you this and you print some up, if you had something to sell, how many people can you sell that to? Right? Now, you guys who've been here on Whatnot with me through the week, you saw me last weekend. I was live all weekend, right? Then you saw me come on Monday, right? People are like, what are you doing on Monday? And then I came on Wednesday. You saw me on Wednesday, right? And each one of those days we made a lot of sales. The next day we were packing and shipping. We've been doing that all week, right? And all of that, now, it was one day I got done packing and I went and made a video. It wasn't a fancy video. If you go look at that video, I sat here and filmed literally one time. I just took these, set up my stuff and started talking about this, right? Took it inside, and this is what I want to show you how to do that. And took it inside, cut it, put it together, had the rough draft done this morning. I was going to drop it, and I said, you know what? If you go back, the 27 right now, hibiscus, the 27 that's down there is a one-time deal. That's one time you guys get in for right now because we're building it out. You guys are the OGs. It's lifetime access. After March 1st, it's going to be a monthly $35 just to start. So you guys get in there. And right now, we're kind of small. So I can help you all a little bit more. We can do like one-on-ones and that. When more and more people come in there won't be time for that. So this is like a no-brainer. I wanted to make something that you guys are like. This is like going out to McDonald's. You and your spouse go out to McDonald's and spend $27, right? So I want to make it like a no-brainer. That's your opportunity. And then on down the road, if people didn't take it and look back, I'll go, man, you should have got, back when we had $27. But you guys are helping me shape the whole thing too. So you're getting a good deal, but I'm getting a good deal too. Because if I just open up to a bunch of strangers, you can imagine like the first flood of people that come in, I'll just be pulling my hair out. KK, thank you very much. But all of this stuff, guys, I can sit here and ramble on and on. There's a million ways you can make revenue. And that's what I've spent my time doing. And that's what people, like, they'll get in there and just focus on being YouTube creators and pumping out content and trying to build up, AdSense. I did that. But then I said that wasn't the only thing I did. I worked on being Amazon and getting those affiliate links, right? Some of y'all have already looked at her. I started doing this back during lockdown, and I was helping people out. And one other creator she's on Facebook and YouTube, but it's Healing Hobbies. And she had some stuff going on, so she's not making content anymore. But back then, I told her about that, and she started making videos, and that's what I said, make the towel garden, the buckets. I told a lot of creators, do it, I've got a channel. When you build one, I'll tell people go look at your video, right? One person did it. One person did it out of probably close to 100 people that I contacted, right? That's an opportunity. Imagine if you're just starting out and somebody back then, I was just going around 100,000 followers. So imagine somebody with 100,000 followers coming in and saying they're going to help you. And they all pass it up. But every week I hear them bitch and moan about they're not getting anywhere, right? She did. She put it out. One of her videos that she put out with the buckets, hundreds of thousands of views. A couple of the other ones she put out, and then she put out Cracky, mine on the nutrients. There's a lot of people at how to mix Cracky nutrient, how to mix Master Blend, right? She put one out and it got tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of views. She applied for Amazon, stuck links in there. This was like within a month. She was going, oh my God, I just made money on Amazon. You know, it blew her mind. That was like when that first thing comes in, right? You get things set up. So that's a revenue stream. Resourceful living, like you said, you've got sponsorships, you've got AdSense. You want to stack. You work on those till they get to working, right? Then you stack, then you work on something else, then you work on something else. Crazy, tricky. Congratulations. Are you new? I don't know if I've seen that name before. Jan Lee, hey Mike, what kind of beet seeds work and keep cutting greens? I don't like the beet itself. Just about any. I can't think right now. We haven't done it in like over a year. But I'll get the name of the ones we used to get. I have to look it up. Is there one called like bull's blood or something? Does anybody know? Any gardeners out there? I'm thinking yes. Okay, bull's blood is the one I was using. There we go. Lots of people know. Works great. There you go. They say it works great. And I think I got that one at True Leaf too. You want another adapter giveaway or y'all want some seeds? Hydroponic adapters. I just have to start some. Yeah, Detroit is another one. Adapters. We'll do one more adapter and then we'll do a seed after that. All right, since a lot of people are putting an adapter. All right, here's another adapter, another set of adapters. And guys, most of you have like bought this stuff. Like I said, if we're in the group and you guys are growing things and like you're in my Facebook group and you're posting pictures in that, this is stuff that can be content. And then you imagine like you take all my stuff. Now imagine there being a big creator out there that's in your niche and them offering you like content that you can use. All the creators are out there. Everybody's like mine, right? And don't take my stuff. And that's what I get, copyright stuff in my channel all the time. Like so-and-so's using your video. This channel's using your video and that. And I don't even mess around with it. Back during lockdown, I was helping people out. I told them take my content. They bought my ebook. I said, take it word for word if you want to do it and just change the pictures of something you're growing and put that out and sell it. So there's abundance for everyone. And there's easy ways to get stuff going. Look, my ebook, that's in my Etsy shop. And now I think I put it on the shelf, the merch shelf underneath my videos. But it was just in my Etsy shop. I wasn't selling it all the time, but it was there. And I pump out content and people would always find it. And I'd constantly make sales. Like every day, somebody bought another ebook. Somebody bought another ebook. It's just $10 at a time. But that adds up. Then you're talking about thousands of dollars coming in from something you're not even selling. It's just something you took the time to set up. There's plenty for everyone. Exactly, Danielle. Always tag the original creator. Yeah, they can. I don't care. See, that's what everybody's always worried about, Psycho. That's what, if everybody keeps getting, this is the thing, if you get out there, you can focus on things that's going to move the needle, or you can worry about everything. So like if everybody's like using stuff and I'm like chasing everybody around, like if I've got 5 million followers and I'm making $1 million a month on YouTube, you know, I might get a little upset about it. But if I'm over there worrying about somebody used my content here, or somebody did this and somebody did that, all that time is taken away. I only have 40 minutes in a day. We all do, right? Every minute I take away from that to worry about something is something that I'm taking away from what I could be productive at. And that's how you scale. So you got to think, is this going to move the needle? Or is this just going to keep me stuck because I'm worried that somebody's taking my shit? For me, it's respect. Yeah, but people are respectful, but you got to remember, that's the one thing with everything. Politics, religion, everything. We all expect everybody to be a certain way, right? And be morally right. And we just got to realize that there's a lot of people out there that aren't. Now you're going to, so you're nice, and you might be the one that credits people. And 99% of the people that are in this chat are probably nice people that would do that. But then there's somebody that's not going to do it, right? So do I waste my time on that, or do I spend my time on the 99% and keep giving them value and keep focusing on stuff that's going to keep me moving forward? Or do I just stop and go, okay, this has to wait because this guy stole my shit? See what I'm saying? So that's up to y'all. If you want to focus on that and you keep worrying about it, I told them, take my online course, word for word, right? Take it, you can put it in and transcribe it. You can get the script. You can read it yourself and put it up and make it your own course and sell it, right? Are you going to give 3D tutorials in hydroponics? We can. I might make that something separate because everybody won't be into it. I want to do what's going to help most people. That might be a one-on-one kind of thing that we have. But if y'all are interested in that, that's another way you can make money. You know, because not just what I'm doing. You guys might have a million ideas of different things. And that's why I kept thinking of things that I want to make years back. And doing a prototype would cost like 10 grand. You know, they have to get a machinist to actually build a prototype, especially if it was like injection molding and stuff. And there was no way to do it. Now you can go spend a couple $100, you know, and spend a couple of weeks learning how to do a CAD program, and you can make the stuff yourself. Those little gnomes and all that you saw, a lot of those gnomes I designed myself. It wasn't like somebody else's file. It was like generating a picture like on AI, and then taking that and putting it into another AI program that like would give you an STL, and then you tweaking it. Jerry, congratulations. Jerry's got a load of these. My town doesn't have a 3D printer adult classes. Yeah, and some libraries just have it where you go in, there's some maker spaces. To me, listen guys, the Flash Forge that I'm using, Adventure 5M, is down to like $238 or something like that. The Creality, the Ender ones that I first started with, was like about $400 starting, and that was cheap. These things are going down and down and down. If you want to get all the fancy stuff with all the different colors and a bigger bed and you know all the fancy stuff on it and enclosed, or get into resin printing and all of that, you can spend a lot of money. But if all you're doing is like, this is what I print. I thought I was going to be doing all kind of stuff like the little dragons and cosplay stuff and having fun. I was doing like the gnomes, but we got so busy. All of my printers are constantly running these, and this is what I'm talking about, is you have to decide. You guys remember this whole thing was decked out like steampunk, right? And we like doing little short films. I like the gnomes. We were building the gnomes. You have to decide when something works. This is your business. You know, this is what you want to do. You have to lean in on it. We all only have the same amount of time in a day, right? And if you waste it, the other things like were a distraction for me. So I just got rid of it. It was like pulling a Band-Aid off. All of my printers are going. I see cool stuff that people are doing and printing, and I'd like to do one. But my printer can be running for something that's, I'm looking at it, and I'm not looking at adapters. I'm going, that one's printing, you know, at $10. That one's printing $10. That one's printing 10. I see money, right? So I'm thinking, do I want to print money? Or do I want to print a little dragon or a Pikachu or something, right? So you have to decide what's going to move the needle and lean in on it. That's what part of the group's going to be, is that we're going to be in there. This, like I said, if it's not going to be us going in and just going, you know, and patting each other on the back and everything. This is finding out what's going to actually work for y'all. And some of y'all might just need a little push. And this is what I found from people that I've worked with over the years and all that. They have great ideas. They have good intentions, but actually doing it, you know, after a while, you know, and they might start off gung-ho for a couple of weeks. And then all of a sudden it's time to go to the mall, or the ball game's on, or the guys want to go out for something, right? So if you guys really want it, and this is what we'll talk about in another show, is why you want it, right? Just curious, how many adapters have you sold over time? I don't know an exact count right now. It's thousands. So we've gone through thousands on all the different platforms. So I need to buy a printer and do something for my house plants. 125 of them. Yeah, you get a printer. And look, if you're just doing stuff for yourself, there's different maker platforms and Thingiverse. I can't think of all. There's like a handful of them out there that people upload their stuff, and you can use it. You know, they don't have commercial licenses for you to sell it, but for you to just plant it, just look on it and whatever you want for the plant. Like what's those little things that you stick in the dirt, Oya or whatever, like the jugs, and they have like a little 3D printed funnel or spike. You can take like a Coke bottle and screw it on and stick it in there, right? You can just look it up, and there's probably like 20 of them or 40 or 50 or whatever will pop up. But yeah, get a 3D printer, anything you need. My wife was like, she was fixing up her little corner for her painting, and she needed to put her laptop and her outlet and all of this. She's like, I need a bracket to hold this outlet up or whatever. And she was looking on it on Amazon. I said, just give me the measurements. I went on Tinkercad, just played around with it for about 30 minutes, came out here, stuck it in a machine, came back and had it, right? You couldn't do that before. So that 3D printers have come a long way, and to me, it's just something fun to have, and they'll save you lots of money. If you need to save money, look at Facebook Marketplace. Yeah, you can always find one on there. That's where I started replacing a motherboard tomorrow. Oh, are you? Cool. And one thing, do look up, like Creality, I got those. They worked great for the first year when I was doing it, but then the parts were getting harder to find, and it was taking a long time. So I want to find something where they have parts like on Amazon, where I can just like order it, like tomorrow it'll be on my doorstep. They even have a 3D printer for children. Yeah, they have a little kids one. What kind of 3D printer for small gadgets like that? I'm using the FlashForge Adventurer 5M. They've got the Pro that's enclosed, but ours is out in the garage, so we don't really need that. I got Ender 3 for, $50. That's awesome. So if you don't know how to operate it, are there sites that teach you? Yeah, Jan, it's YouTube, anything. You can go ahead and just search anything on there. Udemy, what's the other one? Kajabi, and people have courses. You can go, anybody that's like teaching you how to do some stuff will have a course, just like I have like a course or whatever. They'll have one. And I just watched some YouTube videos, and I just learned enough to do what I need to do. And if there's like pro 3D printers out there, I've had some of them like, dude, you got to change your settings and do this and do that and dial this in and dial that in. And I'm like, okay, thanks. Watch the classes to drop $9.99 and $11.99. Yeah. That's all I want, is to make what I want. Yeah, it's cool. And then your brain just keeps, running. So, hey guys, we don't have a giveaway going. I got more adapters on here. Here, another adapter. There's another adapter. But this is it too. Like I said, all y'all who are getting this, you grow stuff like that, And this is where I'm helping you. You can either take my content too, the stuff that I'm putting up, and I'm going to take clips when I film. I'm going to have some place where I put clips up that y'all can take those clips and use them. If you want to say, this is Mike Van Duzy and I'm doing this, it can help you guys with your traffic if you want. You don't have to, because some people will be out there, you know, some people are skeptical. They're like, oh, he's just trying to get people to watch his channel. You know, I get like several 100,000 views every month. I don't need 1 or 2 people to watch my channel. So it can help you if you like mention my channel and say, you know, this is what he was doing. And if somebody watches your video on it and then they click to mine and they go through my years of stuff and they watch a lot, all of that watch time counts towards your channel. And they counted as you brought someone on and you directed somebody somewhere and they stayed on YouTube for hours. That helps you. And then if every time you mention me, they go there, or if I go, hey, Jan did this, check out hers too. Just like Healing Hobbies. When I go into my analytics, I can see what other channels my viewers are watching. And Healing Hobbies kept popping up in there. It's because she did the stuff that I did. I told people go watch her channel. She was saying, I learned this on Mike Van Duzy's channel, right? And in my analytics, I can see that it says other channels that your viewers are watching. Hucho, right? Other people that you're watching. So if you want to use my stuff, do what I'm doing to get attention, right? And we're going to teach you how to get attention. Remember we were talking about that? It's not just doing a video like, you know, my name's Lucy and I grew some microgreens, so I'm going to show you how to do that today. Okay, first you got to get a mason jar, right? 1 million people already made videos like that, right? You got to do things what we were talking about, that chicken thing, right? Where I grab the chicken. You don't have to do that all the time, but come up with ideas and keep testing and that, because what you need to do is stop the scroll and you need to get that click. If you don't get the click, you can have the best video in the world and nobody will ever see it. That'd be like you having the best news or trying to sell the best product and being on top of a friggin' mountain and yelling and nobody else being around, or being in the middle of a field and talking with no one, right? Well, and there's a highway going by and cars going by and you see people, that's your traffic going by, and you're standing out there and nobody's even looking, right? But then if you're the purple cow, right, out in the field like that, people are going by, they're looking, they're like, what's that? Now you got their attention, right? Now are they going to stop and take a picture? Are they going to jump out with the whole family? Are they going to get on their phone? Or are they going to post it on social media and say, I saw a purple cow, right? Seth Godin, right? That's what his purple cow was about. That's what you got to think about. That's what you have to be. So you get out there and you do videos, like I said, well, do something a little different. That's something that's going to catch your attention. And that's what we're going to help y'all with. We're going to give you stuff that's a bunch of hooks and stuff you can use. Once you get their attention, then you got to keep their attention, right? So that's what part of our group is. We're going to be constantly working on it. It's going to be called, it's COG, Keep On Growing, KOG, COG Cafe. And the cog is kind of like the gears, right? That's the gears in our head to get the gears going. So all this stuff's going to make sense. That's why it's called a COG Cafe. And we're going to get together. We're going to help each other come up with ideas. I got 1 million ideas. I can't do them all. I got 40 or 50 cookies. Crumb City, I want to do like videos for them. I'm having fun making these videos. If you saw little videos that I put up, I went and got almonds, walnuts, marshmallows, brown sugar, flour, confectioner sugar. I got all his baked goods because I'm making these videos. If you saw one where like almonds like looks like it was exploding or whatever, that's us filming and the almonds going up and filming it and editing it. I have fun doing that. I just don't have time to do it all. But how good was the caramel crown? I didn't eat it yet. Marble Wally. I didn't eat it yet. Because remember, I had that lava cake one last night. This is what she's talking about. Ooh, I saw Julie Bone. They went resourceful. Mary, congratulations. Let me ring the bell for you, Mary. Mary, you got another one coming. Yeah, but this one was good. Hey, what time is it? You want to jump over there if you want? I don't know if they're still on. They were on tonight, right? Or were they not? Oh, no, it's Valentine's Day. Hey, speaking of cookies, listen, guys, and this is what you guys see me doing the cookies, right? I want you guys to watch these people. I don't care if you buy a cookie or whatever. Get over it. You're going to buy a cookie anyway. But if you go watch them, right? They started their business. They were selling on Instagram. They said what not changed their life, right? They actually said that. Their business is booming. They have employees now. They're in a commercial kitchen making cookies. Watch them. Watch people that are successful and learn from them. Watch them because they're just starting out. If you watch like some of the big $1 million company or whatever, and they're trying to tell you how they did it or whatever, it's not going to help you. Watch people that are actually doing it right now. They're so fun and lively and wild. Yeah, but they don't yell. Yeah, that's what I can't stand, the channels that are like yelling and that. I like just turn them off. But watch them, and that's why I'm doing this. I like doing that. I enjoy editing. I'm actually starting another channel, and it's going to be doing reviews on different food. I was just going to make Crumb City, Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, they're on tomorrow at 9. No, they've got a show tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern, so 3 p.m. Mountain or whatever. 5 p.m. Eastern, their show is called Build a Cookie, right? Go look at this channel. Right now, you can click on the search bar, punch in Crumb City Cookie. I can link it up or whatever. And on the shows, look a couple days ahead, there's one called Build Your Cookie. This is what they're going to do. They have a cookie. There's 9 slots, right? They're going to make the cookie online. They have the cookie base made. They have all the toppings. People are bidding on the cookie, right? So I bid on it. I might be making a cookie, all right? So what happens is when they run that cookie, like I think I'm doing number 5, you got 1 minute. There's a list of toppings to tell them what toppings you want. They're going to build that at that time. So they're building a cookie that you like. You get that one shipped to you, and they're going to make a lookalike cookie, and then they're going to put that one in auction, right? Sounds kind of fun. We're bidding one cookie right now is up to like $123 for one cookie. One cookie. One cookie that I'm bidding on is up to $58. If I win it, I'm going to spend $58 on one cookie. Go look at them. They had some that were like $5 yesterday, and right now, every one of them are up over 30. There's a couple that are at 80. There's another one at 70. This is cookies, guys. This is those cookies. But are they selling just a cookie? Right? Get that. Think about that. It's not a cookie. It's a camaraderie, right? It's all of us being together, having fun, and all of them getting in there and cheering each other on. These are people bidding against each other, right? Now, I bid up to like $58. That's a pre-bid. When they go live, somebody can bid 60 and take that right from me. And it can go up from there. So that'd be interesting to see how much people are willing to pay for one cookie. And that's because of them, right? Knowledge, right? You gain knowledge, right? And people get in there, they have fun. Have you seen stuff like this on YouTube and Facebook and TikTok, right? This is cool. That's why I want you guys to watch like other people in that and to learn from them and think, like, what do I do? Do I come on? Like the first thing, like everybody jump on, we're going to start a giveaway. And the first thing we're going to run is this. All right, we're going to start at $1. Go. Right? I don't do that. I get on and first we start talking about it. Then I do demos, right? How many channels do you see that doing that on, oh, here's another giveaway. How many channels have you seen doing that on Whatnot? I'm trying to just be a little bit different. And that's why to stand out, you got to be different. Here's another giveaway, guys. So this is what I think of. Who out here knows Ronco? If I say that, does that light bulb go off for anybody? Ronco? I find people like your personality and then come back, go to channels, personality. Yeah, exactly. Ronco, right. Pompeo. What about ShamWow? People like to do business with people. Exactly. Yep. See, some of y'all, like, right, the infomercial age, that was it, the rotisserie guy, right? Now think about his stuff when he did his show, right? Did he come right out? ShamWow. What's the other thing? The other dude did like the thing with the tape and the spray, right? There was another one. He didn't come right out and say, hey, I've got a rotisserie, right? $300. I got a rotisserie for sale. How many people want it? You know, call in. The Ronco hair. They came out and they did a demo. And that's what I'm doing as I think about, I'm thinking like I'm Ronco. I'm the ShamWow guy. Mr. Pillow. You come out and he did a demo. And what'd he do? He didn't just say, here's the thing. He showed them cooking chicken and ribs and all the different things you could do, right? He took it and made meals and let people taste the meals, right? So he did that. He'd add testimonials. He had chefs sitting in, or supposed to be chefs or whatever, sitting out there that they would go and say, hey, you tried it. What do you think about it? Billy Mays, right? Right now, this Flex Seal, that's it. This is the opportunity for a lot of people. George Foreman Grill. If you can think like that, how many people are doing that here? A lot of people that are not succeeding that I see like complaining and asking for help, people like DMing me asking me for help, is they come on and they just start selling. And the reason why I jumped on here and figured out how to do this is because of all my years on YouTube and Facebook and TikTok and doing all of that. Was before I tried to sell anything to you guys, I spent years nurturing, right? I taught people how to do the downspouts. I taught people how to do whatever I was doing. And that's how you build up your audience. But that's what they did. They come out and they show the product, how it works. They show the benefits, right? They show testimonials. They show all of that before they even break out the price. And then before they break out the price, they tell them all the benefits. Past QBC, right? And that's what people are going, like Gary Vee was going, live social shopping. That's like the hot thing right now. Guess what? Whatnot. This will blow your mind. I don't know if it was this year, but the last year that they have like figures for, right? They sold, like all these people, if they put our sales together, $10 billion. And hardly anybody knows what Whatnot is. Before YouTube and Facebook, when I'm over there going jump on Whatnot, 95% of people are going, what? What is Whatnot? Before they even do it, they're asking about it. He was in a room, he was giving a talk, room full of business people and that. And he's like, how many people know about Whatnot? Like 3% of people raise their hand, right? This will keep going, and that's $10 billion with hardly anybody knowing about it. And they're doing this in like other countries and that. So if you get in on it now, even if it's slow, even if it takes you a little time to get your sea legs and to figure it out, you'll be like one of the first people in here. And then when the thing starts to blow up and more people start to know about it and more people get in here, then other creators start popping in and other people are trying to sell. All these sellers are coming on. They'll be in the learning process. You'll already know what to do. So this kind of thing, even if we're not doing Whatnot, this is what you do when another platform pops up. This is what you do with all the different platforms. Enter the giveaway, guys. 30 seconds. This is why you guys saw when we're talking about how to make money. I was talking about Social Goats and VidMe, right? And a lot of you were kind enough to follow me, follow along with that. It kind of blew up. They're still working on it. But I take chances. I do things that other people don't do. I do things that people are afraid. They won't even try. And you know what? There's no guarantee for success for anything, right? But the only guarantee out there is that if you don't try, you're going to fail. Period. So try stuff out. I only started on Whatnot existed until Mike. Thanks, Kat. 3, 2, 1. Here goes the giveaway. It's unexplained. Congratulations. If you're new, welcome. Mary just got the blessed chat for seeds. Y'all say thank you, Mary. Guys, here's a pack of seeds. This is from Mary. Look, and do they have this like on YouTube and Facebook and that? Where like the chat, you guys can actually like do something nice for the other people in the chat. People that, you know, you don't really know. You just seen, you know, names going by, right? We don't really know each other. And you can do something nice for somebody. Random acts of kindness. Isn't that cool? That's why I love, you know, I said I've never seen a platform like this where, you know, people right out of the gate, it's just like about helping each other and all of that. This is interactive. Exactly, and that's what people, and that's getting back to what I was talking about, Gary Vee is saying live social shopping, get on it, and people are making comments. You know, like, oh, I guess he's never heard of QVC. I guess he's never heard of Home Shopping Network, right? This is different. This is selling, right? But it's interactive, just like, who was that was just on there was saying. When you watch QVC, what did you do? You watch it, Ronco, whatever. You watch all those, right? You liked it. They got you to where you felt like you had to pick up the phone and call in. But what happened? You talked to an operator, and they wanted your credit card information, and they took the sale, and that was it, right? There's no interaction. This is like this. We're sitting here all night. You guys are talking. I know somebody's got chihuahuas. I know somebody's running a homestead, right? I know somebody has old sewing machines, right? That's social live shopping. It's people getting to know each other and have fun. How many people are paying over $100 for a single cookie? Right? It's community. Do you think people on YouTube or Facebook would do stuff like that? No. So this is something new. So there's something, if you guys get into something, I'm not saying everybody has to start selling or whatnot, and that, I'm just saying that's another opportunity. That's where you keep your mind open. You try different things, right? If it doesn't pan out, it doesn't pan out. You might look back and go, okay, you know, isn't it better to look back and go, yeah, I gave it a try. It really wasn't my thing. But what if in the future, like a year from now, 2 years from now, like 4 or 5 other people that you know are making $1 million a year or something, and they're doing the same thing you were going to be doing, and you just didn't stick with it for a month or something, right? And they did. That kind of sucks. That hurts. But if you did try it and you fell on your face, right? You look back, you're like, yeah, I tried. You know, I wish I could have made it. That's an okay feeling. That's a feeling you want to live with. The looking back and going, I wish I would have did this, and I wish. That fucking sucks. So that's what I want to do is just, I want you guys to not pass up these opportunities. I want you to be like the first ones in there. And that's why I'm going to push you to try and to do things. If like I said, if you've got money and you got a great job and you're just gardening for the fun of it, or even if it's not gardening, whatever niche, whatever you're doing, if you're just doing this for fun, what a fantastic friggin' playground you have to play on. But if you're like 70 to 80% of Americans that are living paycheck to paycheck, that are not saving money, if you're like a bunch of people that are worried about the groceries or healthcare and all of this stuff, if you're worried about it, there's opportunity for everybody to make a little extra money, right? And just think, you know, don't think we're going to be making $1 million. Think if, you know, in a couple months from now, what if I was making, you know, an extra $100 a month? Would that help? Would an extra $1,000 a month help? You know, what would I do with that, right? And that's what we work on, and that's what we build up. And that's what you got to have the wherewithal for. And that's why Gary Vee said, you can hear me invoke his name a whole lot. But 2017, when I was watching, one of the first things he said was, whoever can hold their breath the longest wins. And that's what I see a lot of people out there can't hold their breath for a damn minute. They'll get out, they try something, it doesn't work once, they try it again, and they go, screw it, it doesn't work. Most people don't have that stamina. And not to just make a little money. There's other ways you can save money. Yeah, growing microgreen. Yeah, exactly, and you save money. And then you end up helping. And that's what, if you're focusing on helping people, and it's just, if you're just out here just trying to sell stuff and just trying to make money, it's going to be a long, hard road. If you focus on helping people, the sales will come, the followers will come, the building your brand will come, your reputation will grow. All of that, all of this stuff comes from just helping people. And this is going back to marketing and brand building and everything with all the brick and mortar and throughout friggin' history, right? And we're no different. What I told people back when I first started doing this Creator Spotlight show, you reap what you sow. Congratulations. I got another one here. And that was the blessed chat. Y'all said thank you, right? There's another seed. Everybody said thank you to Mary for that. That was the seeds. Who is that? R.L. Just. Congratulations. There's another one. Cool deal. Yeah, but guys, I know it's Valentine's and I can sit here and talk all night. And this is what we're going to be in the groups. We're going to be helping y'all. This is going to be practical stuff to do. But I want you guys to do it. Like I said, if you want to, the opportunities are out there. You got to put in the work. I'm not going to say it's just easy. You know, I could ask you for a lot of money and just say, hey, just do this. I could get you all to make an Instagram post. I can give you some stuff and post on Instagram and you can build a little following. Take your money, you know, but from here, you know, if you don't go anywhere, you know, I go, well, you didn't do enough, right? You can get everything you want if you help others. Exactly. And get what they help you get what you want. Such a wonderful philosophy. Yeah, exactly. Pay it forward. Yep. Yep, that's it. Good night, Cat King. We'll talk to you later. Hope we see you tomorrow. So if you do that, and that's what I've been talking about like for years, and if you help people, then you're going to get people saying thank you. And they might not be buying anything from you. But you'll believe me, you're going to get notes from people that you don't know that are going to say thank you. You helped me do this or that. I was struggling. Now I'm doing this. Those things are going to help you get through the rough times. If you're just out there focusing on sales, it's going to be a long, hard road. But if you're helping people and you're living in service of others, all the other stuff will fall in place. Okay? All right, guys. Let's see. Somebody just bought a lifetime membership. Did they? Let's see. Sold. Yes, they did. Hi, Biscuits. I forgot you really. I just shipped something out to you, right? But I like hibiscus because, like I said, we grew up in Florida. We had hibiscus trees. My wife just had a little hibiscus that the frost took it, so we got to plant another one. But with the biscuits, the play on words, I like that. That's kind of like who was in here, Cult of the Ducks. So welcome to the group, guys. We're going to be on tomorrow. I'm going to run this giveaway. I'm going to run one more right after this because I love y'all. Another Amazon gift card if y'all want. My granddaughter pronounced it like that. 2-year-olds is my favorite flower. Awesome. Very cool. But so I hope everybody signing up for it is okay. Like I said, I want to let people know right from the beginning, you know, this is going to be a little bit of a push. It's going to be calling people out, you know, it's saying, you know, we're going to tell you, make profiles, get stuff going. The membership, Holland Finds, I've got hundreds of thousands of followers on 4 different platforms. I've got 1 million on Facebook. I'm showing people how to use social media to generate income and long term, not like any quick fixes. So we're building out a private group where I help people. I'm going to help them make content, editing, posting. If you already know how to do that, we're going to teach you strategies, how to build an audience, how to build your brand. And right now, the lifetime access is only $27. Once you're in because you're one of the OGs while we're building it out. When we get started next week, it's going to go up to $47. The week after that, it's going to go up $97, and then it's going to be a $1,200 lifetime max if they want to come in, or $35 a month. But that's like for 1 month, it'll be month to month. So right now, you can have a one-time payment of $27. You're in for good, whether you use it or not. It's like a meal out at McDonald's or whatever, right? So, like I said, I just want to make a no-brainer so people feel comfortable, get in. And that's why I'm pitching it to like all my friends and that my OGs and everything. Bookmark the future shows. Yeah, so that Crumb City is tomorrow. I think it's 5 p.m. I'm going to have to check because I'm bidding on a cookie. But that'd be fun to watch. Y'all jump in there and like I said, that's just part of being a community and having fun. I haven't seen stuff like this anywhere else. So if you're just watching, yeah, that's 3 Starbucks lattes, right? Highland Homestead, congratulations. All right, guys, one more before we go. I saw 9 p.m. Yeah, they had a 9 p.m. show. Let me look real quick. Switch to buying. Give me 1 second. All right, we're going to Crumb City. I'm gonna run the Amazon gift card if you guys want another $20. Yeah, they've got a show at 9 tomorrow. They've got a show at 5 p.m. and it says build your cookie. It says 5 p.m. Eastern. So if you click on their channel and you click on shows, they got the shows where you can go and bookmark them. There's 251 bookmarks for that show. So tonight they're going to be on, it said 9 p.m. I don't think that they were on for that. But they'll be on, that'll be tomorrow at 5 p.m. Yes, I can't wait for the rave show. Yeah, that one's at the end of the month, right? Let's see. I don't know if he's got it made up yet. There it goes. It's February 28th. Yeah, the last day of the month. Yeah, that's fun. And I've seen other places like people like rap. There was these 2 white guys rapping. And they're pretty good, but freestyling. And they were sitting there and people would like type something in the chat and they were like rapping, right? And then people were like tipping and saying, do mine now, do mine now. You don't see stuff like that anymore. That's pretty cool. Alrighty, guys. Giveaway is $20. Amazon gift card. All right, and then I'll let y'all go for the night because we got a bunch of stuff to print tomorrow, and then we're gonna have that first meet and greet, informal. Don't worry about it. I want people to get used to coming on, being on camera if you like. No problem, Mary. Thank you, and thank you for the blessed chat. I want people to we're going to separate up a little bit into complete beginners and then people who've been on a while. They just need more strategy and tactics in that. That way, you know, like if you already know how to post and everything and we get in and people are like asking basic questions, we're anything that you can Google or go to ChatGPT and ask. We're going to teach you how to use chat and that can walk you through a lot of stuff. Anything you can Google, we're not going to be answering all those questions. That'd take up everybody's time. You know, like how do I start my YouTube, you know, channel, whatever. You can go Google it. You can go look at a YouTube video and it'll tell you exactly where to go, you know, from your Google account and click on this and it'll have channel, right? So anything you can Google, we're not going to waste everybody's time with that. What we're going to do is this is going to be stuff that's going to move the needle. It's going to be stuff that's going to help y'all. It's going to be pushing you to make content, put content out. It's going to teach you how to make stuff that's got the hook, how to get people's attention, how to keep their attention, stuff that's going to help out. Tomorrow's meeting is on Zoom for membership. Yeah, exactly. So if you guys got your card, some of you said this didn't work. You scan that and it should take you to our Facebook group. A lot of people are in there already. Some people said that didn't work. It might have got crinkled up. Email me. I'm going to put my email one more time, guys, when this Amazon card is running. Here's my email for the people who just bought in tonight, right? You won't get your thing in the mail that quick. gmail.com. Email me right here. Copy that down, right? See, it says GROWIN1@gmail.com. And I will give you a link to that, to the Facebook group, and a link to the meeting tomorrow. And I'm going to be recording it if you can't be there. And then I'll post that in the Facebook group too. So the people that do miss it. And we'll be having more of these than that. And then we'll be getting on to, it'll be like tutorials and different things. Listen, like I said, all these cookies that we got, and I like doing that. When I film it, I might just go live, like in the Facebook group. While I'm filming, I might just turn on the camera and go live. And y'all can watch me in action and see the different things that we do. And then you see like the finished product of what happens. I sent an email, and I'll keep trying on my QR code. Awesome, Maria. We'll get you in. All right, 2 minutes. Let me check. Forgot. My Facebook and YouTube crew is over here. Appreciate your inspiration. Thank you, Christy Bell. Let's see. I have whatnot. I just don't know what to sell. All right, Stephen, we can help you with that. How to join Lifetime. I just got in. Let's see. You just got in 10:15. If you go to, you're on YouTube. Let me drop a link. It's on Etsy. If you get it there, you get it down when you go through and purchase at checkout. After you check out your confirmation page, there'll be a little download button. A lot of people miss it. You can download this one thing that I was showing people that we're physically mailing on whatnot. You download this on Etsy. And you can scan that code, and it'll actually have a link that you can click and actually go to the Facebook group. And if you miss that, just hit me up on Etsy, and I'll show you where to go look for that. Yes, Nelly. Did I miss some stuff over there? All right, Facebook, YouTube, I'm going to let y'all go for the night. Cat King, good night, y'all. All right. And if anybody has questions about that, just DM me or comment on one of my posts in one of my videos, all right? The meeting tomorrow on Zoom is going to be 8 p.m. Eastern Time, New York time. Sent the email for the QR code. Thank you. Awesome. Health and healing. We'll get you. All right. We'll catch y'all later, YouTube.